for those not from New Zealand, this is a traditional te reo or Maori welcome that we use every Sunday. Tēnā koutou te whānau o Aotearoa Unitarians. Tēnā koutou nā manahiri, no mai haere mai. Ki tēnei whare karakia a te atoa. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. And the traditional response is for all of you to say in unison, kia ora. So let me hear you.
Kia ora.
James and Teth asked me to host this and to prepare it. And then James made it easy because Brisbane has done a version of this service. And our speaker is on video, and it required a certain amount of editing by James. So for all of that, I appreciate his efforts. I have a strong interest in Islam. I think it has much to teach other religions, especially about faith and practice. Islam is more about, it seems to me, much more about doing their faith, living their faith, than some others, which are good about talking about their faith. And so for me, that's part of the draw and why I've studied it and taught it and preached on it at various times. So that's why I accept it. This is the title of this service is Children of the Same God. And our speaker is a Unitarian minister and professor at Ohio State, one of my alma maters, Dr. Susan Ritchie, and who has written this book by the same title. And she'll be the quote unquote sermon for us. And she is excellent. Ramadan Mubarakh. This is the traditional Muslim greeting during Islam's holy month of Ramadan. Muslims are nearing the end of this month on May 11th. During these 30 days, Muslims around the world seek purification, forgiveness, guidance, and a renewed devotion to Allah. Able-bodied adults avoid all food and drink between sunrise and sunset during this month. Food is given to the poor during this month, and prayer and self-examination help the Muslim draw closer to God. The beginning of Ramadan coincides with the sighting of the crescent moon in the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, which is constantly changing. So Ramadan can happen at various times of the year. Islam teaches that it was during this month that God, through the archangel Gabriel, first revealed himself to Muhammad and commanded him to recite and pass on the words of the Quran as dictated to him. As with any religion, there are many understandings of what it means to be a Muslim. You would expect nothing else of a faith with more than 1.6 billion followers. But the observance of Ramadan, along with the other four pillars of Islam, asserting there is no God but God, and Muhammad is the messenger of God, daily prayers, almsgiving, and pilgrimage to Mecca, are practices that define and unite Muslims when so much else divides them. Islamophobia is rife in the world today. We all know it. So it is incumbent for us to understand and appreciate a faith that turns out we have a long relationship and share much in common. And that is our focus today. And now, if you may have a chalice or a candle, if not, I'll be lighting one for all of us. We all have two religions. We talk about the religion we talk about and the religion we live. It is our task to make the difference between the two as small as possible. We light this chalice that it might show us the way. And we have one song for today, and it's appropriately Come, Come, Whoever You Are. And I'll be playing a video of it. There are a number of them on YouTube, but this is one I'm fond of. And if you know the words, feel free to sing along. I'm going to show you a slide with a man named Francis David on it. And he kind of sets the tone for this day. Francis David was a fascinating man. He was born Roman Catholic, was educated by Catholics, Jesuits. He would later become a Catholic bishop. And then he questioned what he was being taught, left, and became a Lutheran. And eventually became a bishop in the Lutheran Church. And then he really found he had a lot of questions with that as well. And ended up being a Unitarian and founding the Unitarian Church in Transylvania. And one of his famous quotes is, "We need not think alike to love alike." This is important because he was the chief advisor to the one and only king, Unitarian king, King Sigismund in Transylvania, and converted him. And he is the one who was the architect or perhaps author of the Edict of Torda, which we celebrated the 500th anniversary of not too long ago. There had been no edict like that in Europe prior, but basically it said people were basically free to worship in whatever denomination suited them. As you'll learn more from Susan Ritchie, it wasn't perfect, but in its time, it was a remarkable first step. And it was thanks to our first Unitarian leader. So he's my introduction to our video presentation. With the reminder, we come from many backgrounds and deepen our wisdom and community when we share our stories and engage in dialogue across our differences. So following the talk, we will share some of our thoughts and ideas about what we've just seen. Welcome back. I'll end with these words. They're a Tibetan Buddhist prayer for extinguishing the chalice. May you be at peace. May your hearts remain open. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May you be a source of healing for all beings.